Okay, so today is going to be a quick one. We're going to cover the SQL box in the starting point track, the tier 1 series. We can see that this one will cover SQL, MariaDB, and weak passwords. Let's go ahead and spawn this machine. And I already have my VPN up, so let's just wait for this. Okay, so now we're going to make a directory called SQL. And then cd into it, and we're going to perform our initial nmap scan, doing services and scripts and ignoring host discovery with the IP. Also, we're just going to point it at a nmap initial file, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so now we got our scan back. We can see that the only port open was 3306. Now, this is usually associated with MySQL protocol, and the MySQL is basically a service used for database management, like creating, identifying, or modifying or deleting databases. The one common way to interact with a MySQL service is the MySQL command. We can pull up the man page so you guys can take a quick look at it. But in order for us to interact with the service, we're probably going to need some sort of credentials, like a username password combination, or the host. So after scrolling through this, you can find out the different parameters you need. Okay, so again, the hint is weak password. We know this is a Linux box. So when we attempt to connect in with MySQL, we can probably guess the user, the initial user could be root, and then the host would be the IP of your box that you are attacking, your target machine. And we hit enter. Nope. So we get our SQL command line. Here, if you notice that we weren't even asked for a password, meaning that the administrator or whoever configured this forgot to set up a password, which basically means we're in luck, right? Because we're connected in as a root user. So in order for us to list the databases, all we have to do is type show databases and end it with a semicolon. We're prompted with an HTTP information schema, MySQL, and performance schema database. Our next step is to interact with the HTTP database, basically specifying that we want to use it. So we just type use HTTP and end it with a semicolon. And then you can see that we're currently using the HTTP database. From here, we're going to want to list the tables of the HTTP database. Now, in order for us to do that, we just type in show tables and end it with a semicolon. And then now there are two tables in HTTP. Our next step is to actually read the tables. Basically, we're going to want to select and show everything, and this includes like rows and columns that are in the table for this specific config table. So for this, we're going to want to do select star to select everything from the config table. And here's our flag. Easy. So this box is a little different. We didn't necessarily get like a reverse shell or anything or exploit a specific service. We basically connected in to a database and were able to retrieve information from it. Now let's get into these tasks. Now, what does the acronym SQL stand for? This is Structured Query Language. The next task is during our scan, which port running MySQL do we find? And that is 3306. What community developed MySQL version is the target running? This is nmap initial. MariaDB. What switch do we need to use in order to specify a login username? So that's TACU. What username was allowed in without providing a password? That was root. And then what symbol do we use to specify within the query that we want to display everything? And that was the asterisk. And then the final, well, I guess the final question, what symbol do we need to end each query with? And that was the semicolon. And then the last step is to submit the flag we have right here. That one was pretty easy, huh? So this box was pretty straightforward and quick. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment. Of course, if you enjoy it and want to see more, just hit that like button and subscribe. Share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the next one.